Back over to North America, as US President Donald Trump has called July's US jobs report rigged, accusing officials of manipulating data to favour Democrats. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said the jobs numbers were revised to downplay Republican success. He compared the changes to those made before the 2020 election. Trump announced he has fired the person responsible for the data and promised to appoint a strong replacement. He claimed the adjustments were made to create fake political numbers. The Labour Department has not yet responded. The revised report showed lower job growth than initially reported, sparking fresh political debates over the figures. Well, Peter, thank you for staying with us. Trump calling these figures fake, saying the revised numbers aren't realistic, and of course firing the head of the organisation that has created them. Is this Trump not being happy with what he's seen, or is this potentially something at play like the accusations Trump is making?
Well, let me say this. Most macro indicators are revised, especially the labor numbers. They are constantly revised because a lot of it is just based on survey. Now, Trump accuses them of being fake. Well, I don't think they're fake. It happens all the time. It happened under the Biden administration, where they were revised downward with a huge amount, and so it happens all the time. I think Trump seems to want to have the numbers in his favor. Well, it doesn't work that way, and so the fact that he fired the statistical individual who was in charge of it, not necessarily is alarming, because he'll obviously replace someone else, and perhaps maybe the next person might want to conform to his wishes. But you can only do that so much. Eventually, the true numbers, are manifested either one way or another. So I don't put too much into that. And again, like I said, these numbers are constantly open for revision. Not only the labor departments, the GDP numbers, and many other numbers, even retail numbers. In
Yes.
fact, all major indicators are always accompanied by revision. So, I think it's just a moment of trying to maybe send a message to the markets. Oh no, the economy is doing very well. Well, some of the economic data that we've gotten certainly doesn't point that way. Could that change for the better? Of course, absolutely. Could it change for the worse? Of course.
Peter, very briefly before we let you go, we've heard Trump before calling things fake news when it doesn't support his agenda or goes against him. This is another set of data which he's called rigged. You're in New York. What is the public perception of Trump calling out information that doesn't suit him and sometimes pushing information when it does?
Well, I don't know what the public feelings about it. I would imagine his supporters brush it off. But if you read some of the commentary that's been published over the weekend within the financial media and surveys, most economists basically say, you just can't have it your way. If the numbers are what they are, they are what they are. So, and I think, even the market seems to be suggesting that. Look, on Friday we came down hefty, and now today we're basically regaining most of those losses. So I think the market is getting used to the Trump rhetoric and his administration's rhetoric.
Peter, thank you ever so much for joining us on both of those topics.